Hey, welcome back everyone to another broadcast of In the Trenches. I'm excited to sit down today with Kim Walsh Phillips, who is the CEO of Elite Digital Group, which is a direct response social media agency. I met Kim for the first time last year at an event that we were both attending and immediately realized how knowledgeable she is when it comes to social media marketing and specifically Facebook. So I brought her on today to share one of her little secrets or growth hacks, if you will, around how to get up to 10,000 plus followers on Facebook for your Facebook page. So this one, unlike a lot of our other conversations in the trenches, this one is very focused on just this specific tactic or strategy and kind of what you can do with it. So if you have a Facebook page, you are thinking about trying to leverage Facebook in a more meaningful and useful way to grow your business, I think you're going to get a lot out of today's conversation. So without further ado, let's get to it. So Kim, let's start out with the simplest thing, which would be, how do I get to 10,000 new fans on Facebook?
I love it. You go right for the good stuff.
Let's do it. Just go with the easy stuff. I'm going from 0 to 10,000. How do we do that?
Yeah, well, this is what's amazing. We really found this because I was looking to grow my audience without spending a lot of money on marketing. We were positioning our company to be sold in about a year from starting on this journey. And so I wanted to do something that would grow my audience and be incredibly profitable. Because the last thing you want to do when you're positioning for a sale is to spend a crap ton of money on marketing. We really had two sides of our business. One was like, I'm an author and speaker and we have courses, and I wanted to grow that audience without taking away the budget from my agency. So anyway, we started on this path, and years before this, I had heard Brandon Bouchard, the New York Times bestselling author, speak at an event. And he had mentioned that he had garnered over 1 million fans on his Facebook page. And that once he did that, not only did his engagement dramatically increase, but he had some cool perks. Like he got gifts in the mail and he got an iPhone before the iPhone had come out the first time. And so I thought, this is really cool. I want to grow my audience. There seems to be a lot of perks. Let me get started. And back then, when I tried to get Facebook fans, it would cost me between $3 and $5 a piece. Now, being a small business, I had to go very slow. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. And so it took me almost 5 years to build up to 10,000 fans. But then I discovered this new strategy, and within the matter of 72 hours, so 5 years, the first 10,000, 72 hours later, I had another 10,000 fans. And now it was only costing me a penny a piece. So for less than $100, I'm able to grow my page for more than 10,000 fans at a time. And the way that you do this is pretty amazing. And it's because Facebook is a global platform. And while you and I might say, well, the global market is not my customer, but actually for my business it is, but maybe for your business, person listening right now, it's not. Facebook doesn't see people in the US or Canada or Ireland or Nigeria, for that matter, as any different. They see everyone from every location as exactly the same. And so if you are able to get fans from anywhere in the world into your page, Facebook sees it as a page that people know, like, and trust. And so they're much more likely to share your social media content, your posts, and your ads with more people, more free distribution, and your ads at a lower cost. And the way that you do this is by doing a simple old page post promotion. And when you're on your business page, there's this little button on the left-hand side. Have you ever noticed this, Tom? But underneath all of that stuff, like your about and your page information, there's this little blue button. And it reminds me of the slot machines, that are everywhere in Vegas. It's just tempting you to press to place a bet. So you hit this little promote button and up comes a bunch of options. And the one that you're going to choose is the promote your page button. This is how you place an ad with the only option for people to take is to like your page. You don't want to get the post any likes. You don't want to get comments. You don't want to get shares. You just want people to like your page. So you're choosing the ad option that only gives that option, and that is promote your page. Now, the image that you run should be one that is really strategic. We have tested this over and over and over again. And the one that works the best has a yellow background and 5 or less words and is a motivational quote, something that anyone could agree with. So it shouldn't be something like pizza is awesome. Well, I agree with that. My oldest daughter does not. So we don't want to do something like that. And you want to do something that's easy to understand, does not need to be attributed to anybody else, and is 5 words or less, because you want a ton of white space. So the 5-word or less quote would be that we use is, you were made to thrive. You were made to thrive, because nobody could, unlikely anyone would disagree with that. They're most likely to like it. And the text you put above the image is, click like to like this page if you agree. Click like to like this page if you agree. Now that's really specific, because Facebook wants to always protect their user experience. And when we tell the viewer they're clicking like to like the page, we are telling them exactly what they are going to do and what the result is. So this is within Facebook's compliance. It's not clickbait. This is one of those things that, there's a lot of rumors around. What is it? This is not. This is 100% Facebook compliant. We're a Facebook compliant Facebook partner, and we've taken this to them. 100% compliant. Click like to like this page if you agree. Then you just press close. You don't mess with any of the other options on Facebook. You then go into your ads manager, and you want to open up the campaign you just set up. And if you've never been on Facebook before, you're going to go to facebook.com/ads manager. You find the campaign you just created. And then the only thing you're going to do to edit this is you're going to go to the ads manager. You're going to click edit. Then you're going to scroll down. Now, here's where the magic happens, because on Facebook, we can now bid for worldwide audience. It's an unknown option, but it's incredibly effective. You're going to choose location as worldwide. It will literally target the entire world. And then you're going to exclude the expensive countries. So we're going to include worldwide. We're going to exclude the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. And then we're going to save and close. Now, you might be thinking, why would I want to exclude all the best countries? Perhaps, are you thinking that right now, Tom?
Yeah, I'm actually taking notes and trying to go through this at speed, but I'll have to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
So you said just at that point, you were saying exclude the major countries. So you make it worldwide, but you exclude US, UK, Australia?
Yeah, exactly. In Canada.
Okay.
And the reason why we do this is we're going to run this ad for 3 days with those exclusions on it. And then on day 3, once we've had like 6,000 or 7,000 fans come in, we're going to then flip our targeting. We could get rid of the worldwide and just focus on the United States, or just focus on Canada, or wherever your marketing focus is on. And what happens then is we have set the algorithm for our ad at a really high level with a lot of Facebook calls them conversions, but basically a lot of likes already, giving Facebook a ton of intel on who's the type of person likely to like our page, and that our ad is high value, people like it is high engagement. They're going to show it to a lot more people. So when we flip it over to just the US, we're going to get the US for a very low cost and a really high response rate. And this is how we really hack the system, by going after our local market. On day 3, you're able to get fans in continuously for just a few cents each, which you could never get if you went to them directly.
So technically speaking, when you go, so you run this for a few days, and then you said maybe about day 3, after you've gotten a few thousand people to like, then you're flipping the targeting. Technically speaking, does that just mean going back into Ads Manager and you're just adjusting the ad campaign, or do you have to like go and create a new one?
No, exactly. You're just you don't want to create a new one. You want to do that same campaign and just flip it over to your local market then. Yep.
So I did this the first time you told me about it. I think I got up to definitely got a couple thousand people. I don't think I ever actually went I got it started and then I didn't switch it to the US, and I realized that sounds like that's actually what's key about that, so that you're getting engagement from kind of the point of, I guess, focus where it's most useful. So what's crazy is that it works even if you do it halfway.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting. So And I know you were saying, and obviously Facebook's making some changes, and we don't know what they're going to do in the future. But as of now, at least as of the recording of this still works, and it's still within their guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's important then to do this? Like, what's the reason behind it? Like, why should I want more people on my fan page? Is it because, like, is there any? I know you shared one story, but I'm curious if there's any other compelling reasons that, especially if somebody say not like necessarily on Facebook a lot, or if they have a page but they haven't really done much with it, is this
Mm-hmm.
still a strategy or tactic for them, and should they look into doing it?
Yeah. So recently it's come out by Facebook that they want to make sure that you have a high level of engagement on your page and that you have a lot of fans and that they are following you. And they said that that's the only way to ensure that people will actually see your posts and if people choose to follow your page. So getting those fans is super, super important from that perspective. And then also, the director of Facebook's newsfeed shared a really important stat, and that is that Facebook Live posts get 6 times more reach, engagement, distribution than any other type of post that you can possibly run. Facebook Lives, and it's a free platform. You have it in the palm of your hand. You could do it from your phone. You could do it from desktop, but you need to have those Facebook fans in order to reach people, right? So you're getting your fans first, and then you're able to reach them for free using Facebook Live. Now, if you want to use the platform for advertising, which there are a whole lot of businesses who are like, I don't care about fans, I don't care about posts, I just want to advertise. Facebook has come out and said, we are only going to show the ads for pages that have people on there that comment, like, and share. They only want to share ads from people from pages that have great engagement. So if you want to use the number one advertising platform in the world, if you want to get the highest ROI possible, then you want to use Facebook. If you want to use Facebook ads, you need to have a page that has fans, that has likes, that has comments, shares, and engagement. And so this really is the first step in a very effective marketing campaign.
So you let's say you do this with a client, or how you guys have used it in the past. What do you find are typical ways then to take advantage of it once you've done it? Anything like, I guess, specifically practical steps. So like, let's say I do this over the course of this next week or two. I start to get that engagement. I increase my numbers. What are some things that, like, of course, there's the potential for just like continue to say like nurture the audience itself, of course, but have you actually run any kind of sales campaigns or marketing campaigns right off of something like this? I'm just curious how fast you can like turn, that audience now into potentially like generating new revenue for any kind of products or services. Like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, you have this incredible advertising platform in your Facebook fan page, and that is your cover photo. I want you to think about it as a huge billboard just begging to be clicked on. The amazing thing is, both on mobile and desktop, it's a clickable image. And when you click on it, you can come to the viewer will come to the description of your cover photo. And that description, you can put any link or copy in there that you want. So we recommend you use it really as a place to advertise your lead magnet, that you should be making a compelling offer to garner their contact information. It should be something totally free, but completely incredibly delicious, so they cannot wait to bite into it, and they will click on it and enter. Ours is so effective that while we spend $1 per on fans a day, so like, let's say for every $1 we spend going after Facebook fans, we make back between $7 and $7.56 each. So every single day we're getting leads and revenue from my fan page that's creating a 7 times ROI. So using this strategy, you're not stopping at the fan, you're turning them into a lead and then a cash paying customer as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, how important is it then to be active on Facebook? Like, if you roll out with the strategy, and I'm specifically asking that question for maybe people who, again, might have this set up. They might have a page. They are listening to this and like, oh, that's compelling. Like, I see the reasons I should do it, but I'm not the kind of person who posts every day on Facebook. Does this require some sort of like, time, like beyond, say, like this, like running this, doing the campaigns? How much involvement or activity does it take on an ongoing basis moving forward to take full advantage of this strategy?
Yeah, you do need to have daily posts. So whether you do
Got
it
it.
or you use an outside source, you should be posting daily. Now, you could certainly use one of the posting platforms like Meet Edgar or Hootsuite to take your content you already have and to create posts and to get them up there running on an ongoing basis. So you don't have to physically go and do it. But we've actually found when we schedule the post directly on our Facebook page, they are then scheduled to go out automatically. We get a much higher distribution than when we use one of those publishing platforms. So we actually just hire virtual through Upwork who schedules all these posts for us. So there are people that will do this for you. You can have somebody dive into your content, create some posts for you and get them up there. You can spend an afternoon pulling these posts and then just upload them to Meet Edgar to run continuously, or you could do them one day at a time to keep your page up to date.
I love that. Okay. That's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Anything you recommend in that space, like in terms of like kind of the type of content you should be publishing or promoting or just publishing and sharing? And especially if we should go like check out your page, for instance, or if there's other pages somebody could check out to kind of like reference this, any suggestions on that front?
Yeah, for checking out pages, one of the great resources that I love is called sumorank.com, SUMO rank.com. And it's put out by the guys behind BuzzSumo, which is a great research platform. But Sumo Rank is totally free. And if you go to any of your top competitors' pages, so they have a lot of fans, you want them to have at least 10,000, and you put their page in there. So like I'm going to do right now, facebook.com/K Walsh Phillips, which is my page. It will show you right away their top posts, the ones that had the most engagement on their Facebook page, which is great because then it gives you ideas for the types of content that gets the most engagement on a page. And that way you're not starting from scratch to create your own content. It'll give you the content types, the day posted, the time posted, the length of the post. It is found that the longer your post, the more engagement it gets. And people tend to write really short, quick posts. But if you write a post with more copy, it does better. So my best posts through Sumo Rank, it's determined that my posts that do the best have between 150 and 200 characters. Those that do the second best have 300 characters on them. My best day of the week for posting is Monday, followed by Friday. So it gives you all that kind of detail. And then my post that did the absolute best is an inspirational quote with a question, right? So you're asking a question, you're having engagement. And then typically when I do those spice of, a snippet of my life type images, I'll be somewhere, I'll post something, but then I share a message with it. I'm not just doing a vanity image. I'm going to share something about my life and ask a question. Those are the posts that do the best for me. Now we have clients too. So I'll tell you, that's not always the posts that do best for them. And some of them that doesn't match their personality. They're not someone who's going to snap a selfie on a plane and share it. So for them, they want to get into questions, Q&As that could help their target market. A great place to check that out would be a great website called answerthepublic.com, answerthepublic.com, and you can put in any topic that you want to talk about, and up will come the top questions being asked on Google. So you could find out what are people actually asking about your industry. And then you could simply do a series of posts answering their questions. And in each one of those, ask another question, like what do they think about this? Have they ever had this experience? Or give an example of one of your clients and share it. Something that turns you more into a publisher or entertainer, really a clearinghouse of content versus just someone who's reposting promotional crap that no one wants to see.
I love it. Well, Kim, this has been super detailed in a useful way, which I love. So I know people, I wasn't able to, I was trying to do it at the speed of your instructions. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to it. So
I know us Jersey girls talk fast. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's great. I appreciate it. Well, hey, I want to be respectful of your time. I know we wanted to get in and out with this so people had something they could effectively, use inside Facebook to start building their audience and generating new sales. So this is probably a good starting point for a lot of people. I think it gives them everything they need to get started, to start using this tactic, this strategy. But once they get to that point, they're doing it, or maybe they have more questions about it, they want to expand beyond that. Where can they reach out to find you, connect with you, or work with you?
Yeah, if you want to see this full system live, you want to get a free training on how to get 10,000 Facebook fans in 72 hours, check us out at 3days to10k.com. That's 3days to10k.com. And if you want to check out our weekly posts where we share great free content on how you can turn Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and more traffic into your next cash paying customer, then check us out at powerfulprofessionals.com.
Kim, thank you so much for being on In the Trenches today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. You're brilliant, and I love following your stuff.
And that wraps up another broadcast of In the Trenches. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please do me a favor and go to tomworkes.com/iTunes. That's TOMMORKES.com/iTunes and leave a rating and review for In the Trenches. Not only do I read and appreciate every review, but it helps spread the word of this podcast and allows me to continue to get on great guests. So thank you for your support, and I'll catch you on the next broadcast of In the Trenches.